It's all right. We'll just start whenever. Dude, I've been sitting here going, oh, dude, Nick, I can't hear Nick at all in the headphones. Nick, can you speak up a little bit? I can't hear you. Oh, okay, there. I got the level now. God, how gone am I? Okay.
How gone are you?
Dude, I was listening to a podcast, and they're like, on this podcast, we let the guests introduce themselves. I'm like, y'all are lazy.
That is a little lazy.
You didn't have 10 seconds to research your guest before you. You're just going to be like, you know what? On this podcast, we let the guests do all the work.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to say that's fair because I definitely didn't research our guests at all.
I love it.
I left that up to you as one of his friends from back in the day. I figured you would know.
Yep. I do.
And then as I gave you guys both a ride over here, you're welcome. I was told not to ask him any questions, just in case I came across something funny and we needed to save it for the pod.
Yep.
So I couldn't possibly have done any research on our guests.
Yeah, that's right. In the time that you could have done some research.
So anyway, this is the Size 10 podcast. My name is Nick Scalzone. You can find me on Instagram at Nick Scalzone Comedy.
I'm Bjorn RG. You can find me on Instagram at Skate Cub. You can also find us on Instagram at Size 10 Podcast and all their platforms, Spotify, Apple, all that.
So Bjorn, why don't you introduce our guest?
All right, I'm real stoked on this guest. This is like probably honestly, this is my best friend right next to Nick. This is my best friend. Old homie all the way from Minneapolis. You guys make it super loud for professional snow skater and Bjorn's good friend, Alan Gerlach.
Yo.
I got the soundboard now.
All right.
I got it. What's up, man?
Just hanging.
Yeah.
Just been in Portland for, I don't know, like 24 hours,
Yep.
maybe a little longer.
It's a classic Alan visit, by the way. I love it.
Yeah, totally. End of a road trip, couple-week road trip. Called Bjorn, I'm in the area. Can I pull up? And then should we just do the podcast too?
Yeah. I was like, if you're going to pull up, you got to do the podcast. So, because you've come up a bunch of times for all the tenors out there, the hardcore people. I'm not gonna gender it. We just, we have all kinds of fans. Tenors are all kinds of people, and I talk about Alan a fair amount, just because we've gone on some crazy adventures. Like, if y'all recall, there's the wine adventure. Alan was a big part of that.
Wait, the wine adventure.
Remember the wine tasting adventure?
After the wine tasting?
After wine tasting.
Where there's just a lot of open bottles that we were trying to finish.
I guess we got to tell the story again.
Yeah. Do a quick abridged version.
Okay, abridged version. We were in Montreal.
Yep.
We were staying with some people. They were one of the roommates worked at a place.
Oh, yeah.
That did wine tasting events, but with wine tasting they don't finish the glasses. So there's they finish their glasses probably, but they don't finish the bottles. So he was like, yeah, they leave so many bottles of good ass wine. You guys want to come over? And everyone was like, hell yeah, Bjorn doesn't drink. He's our DD. Let's do this. I don't drink wine. I don't like wine. And we went over there and just debauchery. He put a cigarette out on somebody's face.
Yeah.
Did you not want me to bring that up?
No, that's okay.
I was like, as I was saying, I was like, oh, this is maybe a detail I left out.
I mean, it's Montreal.
Yeah, it was a young drunk moment. Also, it was coming from a non-smoker. I literally did not understand that would actually hurt bad. I thought it would just be oh shit.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, it's not actually flame. Let me just do this, and it'll just get homie's attention. It was my good friend that I did it to.
It probably was successful in getting his attention.
Oh, it was. He was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Pay attention
and I was like,
to
oh,
me.
Shit. Yeah, that's literally why I was doing it too.
You're like, now you're listening.
Yeah, I had just taken the cigarette out of his hand and started smoking it, which was maybe the most, 2 or 3 pulls off it was probably the most I've ever smoked a cigarette in my life.
And you took it without permission. You just were like, that's mine now.
Yes.
Took a few pulls and then put it out on his skin.
Yep.
Yes.
That's disrespectful as fuck.
Totally. And then
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, totally. And then proceeded to get up on the table 2 minutes later and dance to Katy Perry with our other buddy Phil with his shirt off with a big green dollar sign drawn on his shirt in marker in Sharpie.
I don't understand how that happened.
I don't know either.
I don't.
He was claiming it had to do with like some superhero shit, but it was clearly just a money sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like doing some, and then after that, on the ride home, or back to the apartment where I drove, I ran a bunch of red lights because in Montreal the lights, they're not like ours where they like hang over and like there's 16 of them. There's like
just a single one.
A single pole on the side of the corner, like smaller than a stop sign. They're like they're really fucking cute. Like they look cute, but they are not effective. And everyone was like, Bjorn, you just ran a red light. I was like, what red light?
You're like, who cares? We're not in America.
We're not in America.
What are they gonna do? Come over here with a big silly hat? Fucking talk to me in French? Who cares?
Yeah. But it was quite a night. That was just like one of the adventures. I'm pretty sure we told that story.
You did. You've told it more extensively on one of the other episodes. I just needed a refresher.
Okay.
All right.
So what's your road trip that you're on?
It's loosely snow skating based. So I went to Crested Butte, Colorado, and we did a little backcountry thing where we were riding in like 10 miles each day on snowmobile, and we had this zone where a friend of a friend works at like a snowcat skiing operation. So he has, and so he has access to the snowcats after their season is done. So he pushed up like a jump and stuff for us with the snowcat. So it's like a little mini snowboard park, like way the hell out in the backcountry.
That's
so
cool.
Fun.
And it was such a hassle to get there. Like first day, I was like, "Oh, this is so sick!" It's like ride the sleds 10 miles out, or like screwing around the sleds, do it. And then by day 3, we were like, "Do we want to go back there again?"
By
like,
day
this
3,
is
that
so
it was
far.
no longer snowmobiling; it's just a commute.
It's a commute.
And you're just like
to your
it's
jump.
a 30
putting
minute
on your headphones with a podcast.
Right.
You're just like, let's fucking get there, I guess.
Absolutely. And the snowmobile trails in the spring, they get like, unless they get groomed, I mean, they get whoops like this high, and we're riding like early 90s sleds where the suspension is just clapped out, and so you're just literally just like hated So no, it was not an enjoyable commute by day 3. But I mean, we built like a log rail on the jump. We kind of did some stuff that was like almost a little bit of a throwback to what like you and I did back in the day.
So were you guys filming this? Like,
yeah, we were filming.
Are you making a video, like a movie out of it? Like
yeah,
for
totally.
Festivals or something like that?
I'm gonna premiere it live now that it's, now we can have premieres again after COVID. But
you gonna do the Emerson and Bozeman? That was always the ski movie.
Oh shit! I don't know.
Or do you got to do an indie venue for snow skating?
Yeah, I don't know. It's such a niche thing, right? I got to do the indie of the indiest. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll probably just do like the first premiere in Minneapolis, just like it by itself at a bar, right? I think people will come out. Like people come to skate videos and stuff.
It at the surf club, up north surf club.
In
Portland.
Oh,
here
nice.
in Portland, the people whose hat
I'd be
wearing,
so down to do a Portland one.
That's that's the kind of place where they would be stoked on.
Yeah, the main two I'm trying to do are Minneapolis and Salt Lake City.
Okay.
And Salt Lake, I'm trying to actually, we'll see what happens. I'm trying to like get on as an extra video in like a snowboard premiere, because then it would be like hundreds of people show up in Salt Lake for snowboard premieres. So we'll see. I don't know. It's a 4-year video now, so I think it'll be probably like the best snow skate video I've made. It maybe isn't my best footage ever. It's not quite as crazy as the stuff that we filmed in Sava, which is like the last Ambition video I was part of, 2014, 2015. But I don't know. I'm like, I'm filming this one, directing this one, and riding in it. So
yeah, like
it's like
the quality of the film itself is a lot higher. Like the tricks maybe aren't the craziest shit that anybody's ever done.
It's just different because I have control over it. So it's like my thing, right? Like
nice.
Yeah, I don't know. It should be good.
There's got to be. Are there some film festivals for that they tour? Because there's one that I've been to called the Fly Fishing Film Tour. That's like a series of like 6, 10 to 15 minute videos.
Sure.
That get into this, and then they tour that like series of videos gets toured around the theaters, and it's a good time. It's a bunch of nerds.
Totally.
Watching fucking fishing videos in a theater.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a fun. It's exactly like a ski movie premiere, where it's like a bunch of dorks that are into something, and they're all just like woo at like a TV.
Dude,
screen.
have you seen the new Sims video?
Right.
No, wait, what?
Scientific Anglers video.
Yeah.
Isn't Sims a brand?
Sims is.
Okay.
I thought
I was
no, I got it. You kind of got it there,
dumb.
Bjorn.
Scientific Anglers was kind of a weak video last year.
Yeah, no, Scientific Anglers, they're fucking.
They got nothing on Orvis. That
Orvis has been trying to rebrand as a company that's not for old people, and it annoys me because it's still sell fucking dog beds. You can't sell dog beds and flannel shirts and then like be a fly fishing like fly rod company.
Like cool. I thought it was cool. I almost bought an Orvis dog bed because
I'm not a fan of Orvis.
You're not?
No, I don't know why. I think it's because too many of my friends like it, and I'm a douche.
I'm pretty sure it was like I thought that was an expensive, fancy.
It is expensive and fancy. You get Filson though. Filson's.
Okay.
That's the pre-motion.
But so, Ambition Snow Skates is the snow skate company that we used to both ride for a couple years.
After Premier, we also both rode for Premier.
We also both rode for the original snow skate company, I guess.
Right.
Premier.
Okay, let's step back one step.
Mm-hmm.
What all goes into a snow skate beyond taking the damn wheels off a skateboard?
That's not really what it is.
It's sort of just a skateboard with like a ski base, right?
There's two different styles. So there's bi-deck style and then there's single deck style. And you know what? We have a guest, so I'm going to make him explain it.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. So basically, a snow skate is going to look similar to a skateboard deck, but there's definitely some key features that are different. You have a plastic base on it with grooves. Mm-hmm. It's like a snowboard base, and the grooves offer you a little bit of tracking. And then you would notice, too, if we had one in here, that the nose and tail height is a lot higher, because you're not getting the leverage of the trucks to pop it. So you're actually kind of like, it's kind of like rolling off the snow to pop.
Like the actual,
because on a skateboard,
this thing comes up higher.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yep. And then the grip tape is like a winterized grip tape. So it's foam. And then we often put like some little spiky things on it too.
Okay. Yeah, because you're contending with ice.
Exactly. And then the second type is exactly what you were thinking of, with a ski on the bottom. So the trucks are just... They're smaller, and they pivot front to back instead of side to side. And then
so they do one where this is still there, and they literally replace the wheel, like this bit's called the truck.
Yeah, exactly.
They replace that with a ski. So it's
essentially
like kind of floating.
Yeah, for sure. So
cool.
The ski would be about that height right there.
Okay.
And it's like usually just like a little bit longer than the top, but not much.
And so then that one's more like a traditional skateboard because you have that extra height to be able to pop. Is that? And that's how you do like little flippy, jumpy things.
Totally, and you can totally do both on both types.
Mm-hmm.
The bi-deck type is definitely better for like riding at the mountain because you can actually carve it like a snowboard. It's got metal edges.
So is bi-deck the one that has the ski?
The ski, exactly.
Elevated.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can get like long skis for them, so you can ride powder with them.
Get one with some rocker.
And then, but they are definitely, because you have like you're sliding on this smaller ski.
Yeah.
It's harder for doing rails, harder for doing flip tricks. Definitely works for all that.
Yeah.
Totally. But for like riding the streets, jumping on handrails and stuff, a lot of us prefer the single deck type, which is just the deck.
Yeah. It's like way easier to do tricks, I think, because on the bi-deck one, the ski is skinnier than the top deck. And so if like it gets wonky at all or it's soft, it just dives in and falls.
You guys were kind of basically in at the ground floor of this, right? Like you were some of the first people to do this, right?
I would call us like Generation 2.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. But like it's been
How many years before Generation 2 was Generation 1? Like, were people doing this for decades?
3 or 4.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, no. And we were like, so we were doing it. Well, what I would call Generation 1. We were like starting to do it in like, I think I started in like 2000, 2001. You started around the same time, right? Yeah. Like, got your first snow skate, messed around in the backyard. And I think Premier Snow Skate started in like 98 or 99. Yeah. So, I mean, we were doing it almost since the very beginning. But then for us coming into like getting better, filming some stuff, getting sponsored, whatnot, we were definitely in like the second generation, where first generation was like Premier sponsoring a bunch of pro snowboarders, basically saying
their name.
Yeah, totally. He was basically probably paying for the name in a way, but also these guys were interested in it and did do some cool tricks on it. And then Generation 2 was like the people that organically had grown up on it and were like, this is what we like. We're going to do this shit. And that was like, we were in that generation.
Okay. And
you guys took it to like a whole nother level.
Yeah. So were you guys the first generation to go to the X Games with it? Because you both you said you guys met at the X Games.
Yeah.
Like for the first time.
That's
you were
where we
friends
met.
on internet forums until then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But you met at the X Games
as
competitors, not as just people who were hanging out.
Well, we just also had a similar approach. Like there's like different styles of approaching snow skating or even like skateboarding. It's like what you like to ride, what tricks you like to do, and sort of like with snow skating, it was sort of like there's the people that were heavier on the snowboard influence, and then there's the people that are it's the combination of snowboarding and skateboarding.
Yeah,
but
so
there's
there'll be
people that are
coming
more
from the snowboard world that haven't really fucked around with skateboarding, and then people coming from skateboarding that don't care about like snowboarding.
It's almost more like your personal theory and approach to it is more of a snowboarding approach versus or influence. Like your influence is more snowboarding versus if you're coming from a skateboard influence, it's like your tricks. It's like trick selection and like what you like to skate and like what things you like to do and like what people you look up to. We were like, let's impress the snowboarders. And the other camp was like, let's impress the skateboarders. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like,
I would have assumed you guys were more from the skateboard camp. But.
No,
well, we definitely both like grew up doing both, but
yeah.
I think for like specifically like snow riding, you know, like snow as an activity and as like a building material and as like everything, we definitely took our influence more from the snowboard side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think we were both like both of us were super into snowboarding, and snow skating kind of replaced that for us. Whereas like skateboarding was always there for us, but that never really changed. Whereas like snowboarding kind of faded into snow skating, so it almost made sense that it replaced it and it became a bit of that, you know?
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I can't remember if you were going for it. Like, but when I was a kid, I wanted to be a pro snowboarder.
Same. That was my dream.
And maybe that's what it is.
School.
That was what I didn't want to be a pro skateboarder. It's like, yeah, I skateboarded in the summertime. But like snowboarding was like my passion, my love. That was what I wanted to do. And then I went to Windell's snowboard camp up at Mount Hood in like, I don't know, maybe 2002. And I tried a snow skate, and then I got in one of their videos because someone was shooting videos and exploiting children is what it really is. But I was super excited to be a part of it. And I got and they gave me like a free board or something. And then like, I was super into it because it was like, oh, part of it for me, I don't know if it was for you, but it was like, oh, this isn't in. Like, I can be kind of on the ground floor. And like when I realized I was doing tricks that nobody else could do in the world, like, or was doing, really is what it came down to. It was like, oh, this is cool. I can be the best at something. Yeah. And I have this combination skill that's like really like perfect. Because it was actually my friend who submitted my video to Premiere and got me like sponsored essentially.
Right.
Like
Yeah, it was that mentality for me too. I mean, I had a similar experience going to Wendell's in 2004. And yeah, having this idea that there was going to be all these tricks that I was going to learn on a snowboard, and I had a great time snowboarding, but I don't think I learned a damn new trick the whole time, right?
Yeah.
But then got on a snow skate for one day, which they didn't have the snow skate park the session I went, but I found where the snow skates were in this bin on the hill, and I finally was just like, I'm snow skating today.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just this change of like, okay, people notice what I'm doing on this, whereas on snowboarding, I'm just like an okay snowboarder, right? So it was that piece of it. And then the other piece was in that era, just like snowboarding's expensive, like going to the hill is expensive and whatnot. So to get good, you really have to have access to go a ton.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even if you can go a lot, it's like, at least for me, it was every weekend, but that's still, if you really think about it, what is it, like 4 months? So 4 times 2 times 4. It's like, really, it's not that much time that you get.
Totally.
Whereas like skateboarding, if you're into it in the summer, you could skate every day.
Yeah.
And for me being in Minnesota, I mean, the hill was only like 25 minutes away. There was a couple years in high school where I did ride like 3 or 4 times a week on snowboard, but it's still just like, I don't know. It was like a hassle. You drive to the hill. You have to have your season pass on you. Like, it's just like these multiple layers.
Well, and also like a Minnesota ski hill or whatever. Like, you're going to get the park.
Yeah, the park is great.
Like, there's not going to be any big mountain opportunities.
Yes, exactly. Totally.
All.
No.
Like, there's no real cliffs to drive.
Right.
There
but the
might
park
be a
is
fake one.
Yeah, the park's a great training ground, though.
Yeah.
You can absolutely
I feel like for this,
go pro in
that
direction.
What
but
this is for, right?
Yeah, park or like street stuff for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Bidex with the bigger size Bidex, absolutely like all mountain stuff too.
Are there some big mountain snow skaters now?
Yeah, totally.
People who are doing like crazy lines on the snow skate.
Yeah, like
and
pretty
pow
good lines.
surf.
Totally, yeah. And then the pow surf stuff, which is the pow surf is basically just like it looks like a giant snow skate or like a weirdly shaped snowboard with just like a traction mat on the top.
It's just like a surfboard.
Like a surfboard, essentially.
Yeah, or like
snowboarding without bindings.
Yeah, exactly, totally.
Dude, is anybody taking that to the ridge at Bridger?
Maybe.
I want to see that.
Some people, I know some people would do no boarding. That was the other one. It was like this thing where you had like you weren't strapped in, but you just held a rope, which is sort of like the old snurfer.
Yeah.
I had one of those. I had like a thing that my parents bought at the fucking Target for $20 that had like a handle and a rope. It was like I guess a snow skate with a handle and a rope.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah.
But we dicked around with it for like half an hour and then we're like, we're fall on our ass.
Oh, that's too funny.
My little brother had one of those and we skated it like a real snow skate, like a snow skate. We flipped it around and used the nose as the tail, and we were like doing real flip tricks and stuff on it, and we just broke it.
I imagine it was way too flexible for like an actual snow.
It was like a hard it was like a hard plastic. We destroyed it.
Yeah, the snow thrasher, like the green and black one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I snapped one of those too. I rode those before I rode the snow skate for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the access thing, definitely snow skating. I mean, especially if you live in the Midwest or something where there's snow in the city, you can just literally go out every day to a sledding hill if you want to bomb hills or go find a rail.
Snow,
yeah, exactly.
But there's not going to be a mountain.
Totally.
Yeah.
So it is a better option. I mean, but like I just had fun building crazy shit in my backyard too.
Yeah, yes, I was always envious of your early footage. That S rail, and like I was so stoked to finally hit it right in like 2009 or whatever when I came. But a lot of the rails were like they were kind of falling apart or whatever at that point. But man, I was totally envious of that S.
I had a friend. He's like a scientist, engineer, whatever. He's made quite a bit of money. He was so he was like he was so good at just like eyeballing perfect angles and stuff, and like would just be able to cut. He was really good at just eyeball. If you were like, cut me a 2-foot 2x4, he could eyeball it to so close. It was very impressive. He never measured anything ever, but we built some all kind. Like it was just like I would draw shit at school, and then I would go home in my garage and figure out how to build it. And I would and most of my rails I made out of PVC pipe and plywood and like pieces of wood.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
And like I would use poly pipe is what I mostly used, which is this black pipe that you could buy in 100-foot roll.
Oh, you do use the roll stuff. Okay.
Yeah, nice. I'd use the whole roll. Or I would get it's like pipe that they put like cables in and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
I would use that.
Like a conduit, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would just like put that on things and then like put it in whatever shape I wanted. I did have plans and started a loop rail at one. Like I did.
Like you were gonna do a loop.
Yeah.
Loop?
Really?
And my mom came home and was like, "No, absolutely not. This is not happening." I had it all like. I mean,
there would have been a lawsuit.
It was only going to be like 8 feet.
Like, dude, fucking watch this.
It was like 8 feet tall. I mean, like the wild ones rails I made. We had a teeter-totter rail that I made. I did we do up rails, down rails, every possible combination of like flat, down, flat that I could think of. It'd be like down, flat, down,
right?
Flat, down, flat, like up, flat, down. Like I did one. We called it the bird rail because it started in the middle. There were 3 pipes on it. 2 went that direction, and then 1 went in the middle. So it was like a
little
finger.
kicker one.
Yeah, and a kicker one in the middle. It was so fun. Like, because you'd get on and then you would like choose the direction that you wanted to go.
That's cool. I just hit a rail like that at Snoqualmie Pass a few days ago. It didn't have the center kicker, but it was a Y rail. Yeah, you get on and you slide for maybe like 15 feet, and then it Ys like this, and it's like another 10 feet of rail either direction.
Yeah, and you like
and there's
just
like
lean.
a smooth curve, and you just kind of choose.
Well, it's not smooth. It's kinked, but like it's not, the angle's not crazy. So you just you just push your board through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never got into rails. Like I grew up skiing, but
yeah,
it was one of those where we'd go like half a dozen times a season when I was a kid. So I learned how, and I never fucked with the park. My parents didn't ski at all, so it was just me learning it from like lessons. And so I never got into park skiing at all. And by the time I was in college, I was skiing Bridger Bowl a lot, so I got decent at skiing. Like Bjorn skied with me. I'm not as good as him, but I can hold my own. But I am worthless in the park because I was always a bit scared. And by the time I was like good enough as just a regular skier to start hitting stuff, I was like, I don't know how to approach this. None of my friends are into this. I'm gonna fucking hit that thing and fall on my teeth. And my parents just told me how much they paid for braces, and I'm gonna feel like an asshole.
So guilty.
So yeah, I never got into rails. I've done the rainbow rail, and I went over it straight.
Oh yeah,
and
nice.
I didn't fall down, and I was like, cool, I did that. I don't have to do it again. I'll do like some little drops. I'll do some drops, but that's not even a jump. That's just acceleration downhill. And that's as far as I'll go.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, whatever.
But yeah.
And then like once you're an adult, it's just like
now there's like zero chance I'm ever hitting a rail in my life. It's like I will break something and it'll be costly.
For the 2 times I ski a year now, I've not been hitting any rails when I ski. If I was snowboarding, I'd 100% hit
You're a lot more exuberant than I am, though.
I am. I did some backwards skiing.
You're the better part
speed.
of a decade older than me, and you're still just like, dude, let's go. Like you're charging a lot harder than me. I don't know.
I do like skiing with you because you hold me back in the best way.
Yeah, it's like skiing with your grandma.
Yeah, no.
It's like,
dude,
don't
skiing with my mom. No, are you kidding me? She rips. My mom rips. And when the last time she was here, she got wine drunk with my boyfriend, and it was so funny. And we were walking down the hall, and she's like, I might be 67, but I'm fucking good at skiing. I'm fucking really good at skiing. And we're like, Jesus. Like, as when my mom starts saying fucking this and fucking that, it's like, ooh, she's pretty drunk right now. She does not say that normally, but it's so funny. Yeah, she rips. Like, she had like an injury when she was here visiting. Like, she went skiing the day before she flew out here, and it was like spring skiing, and I don't know, she got something in her eye or something. But it's just like, she was like trying to get more vert. Like she's trying to like hit a certain record.
Shit.
Yeah, she goes like every day. She's like, I'm skiing the best I've ever skied in my whole life. Like I was like,
wow,
dang, it's cool.
That's awesome.
It's pretty rad that she's still doing that. And I skied with her a couple years during the COVID year. I like went up there and went skiing. She skied me under the table. I skied for like half the day, and it was like kind of a heavier snow day. And like I was like, I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm done. Well, I was like, can we be done? And she's like, oh, there's still like, it's only 1:00, Bjorn.
You're like, yeah, that's what I'm usually done.
I'm kind of done. Dude. And she's like, well, I'm gonna get a couple more runs in. I was like, I'm gonna go get a beer. Like,
yeah.
And I had one beer, and then I was like, my mom fucking no. And I went.
You went back up, did you? Hell yeah.
I went back up, and there was like a point where I was like making a turn, and my skis just kept going, and I was like, oh no, yeah, I gotta stop. I was like, my body just like was not allowing me to, so I just kind of went straight down and then just stopped at the bottom. Just stopped doing turns. I was like, well, turns are done for today. I'm done turning.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go straight down and
they're
stop
overrated.
at the bottom.
Yeah, that works. You don't need to turn.
All right, we got to do. This has been so fun so far. We got to do a can check. I think you already finished the beer.
Well, yeah,
which is hilarious. We are drinking a variety today, but we had the Fremont Baxter Cold IPA from Seattle. it looks like.
Yep. It's from Seattle, experimental. It's a cold fermented IPA, so kind of like they do with a lager, but with an IPA, so ale mash and IPA hops.
Oh, I love that you know that.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I normally just just read all the stuff on the can, which is what I'm about to do. It says love is a 4-legged word. What does that mean?
I don't know.
A dog? No.
It sounds like somebody who's about to be
D-O-G is the 3-letter word.
Annoying about dogs, though.
Four-legged?
It's a 4-legged.
4-legged word.
Yeah, so that's somebody who's about to be
dog?
annoying about dogs.
Oh, or cats.
Or cats. Either way, it's annoying.
Or bearded
horses.
Dragons.
Or horses. That's the worst of the three.
Birds. Fuck birds.
Yeah, birds only got 2 legs.
Yeah, they only got 2.
They're not. They don't seem very personable.
Or rats. This is because beer matters. Beer. Pack it in, pack it out. Ooh, these are 7%. This is cool. It's got like a flowery hop on it. What are you drinking? You're drinking. I guess we're gonna just double dip.
Okay, I'll talk about this one because this is what you're about to be drinking. It's by Mackenzie Brewing in Eugene. It's got a picture of a fish on it. It says Mackenzie Hazy IPA, 33 IBUs, 7%.
It has an actual photo on it. Oh, what? Another 7.
Double
Another
7?
Yeah.
Let's see this with you.
Good thing I'm driving.
Well, yeah, because I'm about to finish this one too.
It says celebrate the outdoors with our Mackenzie Hazy IPA. This Northeast IPA, I think. NEIPA. That's Northeast.
Northeast oats. Or New England. I think New England is the proper one, maybe, but possibly. I call it Northeast too.
What I love
New
about
England's in the Northeast.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think we're
same.
This kind of looks like a fishing magazine cover.
It does. That's why I bought it.
Of course it is.
Oh, nice. Sim
This
sponsored.
is loaded with oats, wheat, and pale malted barley. It's got oats and wheat in it. And pale malted barley. It's whole grains.
You know what I love about this is like coming at this from a designer standpoint. Like I've seen this fish silhouette before.
You're just like, these people are lazy as fuck. They just took a stock photo of a river.
Probably.
No, that looks like the Mackenzie River.
It's probably the actual Mackenzie River, but like you could just Google it.
Because I've fished the Mackenzie River, and it's just the reason they invented drift boats there is because it's fucking impossible to fish. There's just like the woods right up to a rushing river. Like it's, if you don't have a boat, you're not fishing that river. And that's why they invented drift boats there.
Okay.
It's down by Eugene. It's a pretty place to go. Like to go and look at it and be like, look at that. There's a river.
I want to.
Also, it's every river in Oregon. The fucking trout are like 8 inches long. Who cares? Just look at it.
What's a good enough trout for you? How many inches do you need in your trout?
I need 18 to 20, dude. I'm a size queen.
You're a size queen.
Yeah. I'm not fucking a little 8-inch trout.
What am I gonna do with this 8-inch trout? Can barely even feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely ain't gonna eat it.
I started big, and so I really
got used to those big Montana trout.
I got used to the big Montana trout, and these little city trout just don't do it for me anymore. You know, it's just the problem.
Oh my God. Okay, I really want to call something out because I bought this shirt for you for your birthday.
Yeah.
And it matches a pair of his Yeezys, and he wore it on. We had a guest, and
I'm not good at modeling.
Yeah, you're nailing it though.
You're doing your thing.
You're doing. You know what? Modeling comes from your heart.
From my heart.
Yeah. It stems from your heart and your man bun. Those are the two places that modeling stems from. Yeah. Are you in? Do you rock the nan bun?
I feel like you can
do a
nan bun.
Do I do the nanny boy bun? Yeah, I do.
You can tie it back, right?
Rarely. Probably haven't done it in like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years.
Are you a top or a back man bun guy? You top
Am
or
I
a
a
bottom
top?
in the man bun? When you man bun, are you a top or a bottom?
I am a verse man bun. Yeah, perfect. No, to be honest though, like I just kind of would wing it, and my shit would sometimes end up more on the top and more on the back.
No, verse is correct though, because like if you're wearing a hat,
you got to go way back.
I want it below.
Yeah, totally.
Because if it's up top and you have to put it through the hole in the back of the hat, fucking pain in the ass. And then you can't put the hat on. You know how you gotta.
Yeah.
When you're putting on a hat, you gotta go front to back like that, so you don't have your hair hanging down in front of it like an idiot. Yeah.
So you're going like back to front, and then you're trying to stuff your shit in.
You're going like this, and then going.
I've seen girls that do it where they like pull the ponytail through the hat.
Yeah, but you know what?
You lock the hat in.
You
could go on a roller coaster with that hat.
They're unbuckling and rebuckling the hat?
No. I think they put the. I don't know. I've seen it. I've never seen it getting put on or taken off. I've only seen it.
You've already seen
the finished product. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they are like unsnapping it.
Maybe.
And snapping it with on the other side.
Huh.
All I know is if I'm gonna wear a hat, I'd rather just do the man bun below. I know it doesn't look the best. If I'm doing a man bun,
what looks the best? Then what would look the best?
No man bun.
Why don't you do
if
that?
I'm doing
Cut your hair.
The man bun.
Cut your hair,
because
hippie.
No, it's because I didn't wash my hair that morning and I wanted it out of the way because it's frizzy.
Right. Yeah.
The best is like the first 8 hours after I wash it and then put the products in it when it's nice and curly. Yeah. Then the products wear off, and then I'm left with a frizzy mess.
Okay.
And that's when the man bun comes in.
What were you going to say, Alan?
That mine would come out like when I was doing like, I don't know, woodworking or some shit, where it was like literally a liability. My hair's going to get like stuck in some shit and I'm going to die. But no, I haven't done it since my hair was like 4 years ago was like down to here.
Yeah.
Because my hair is so thin. Like right now, if I did it, it looks like I have enough hair to do it. It will look like absolute shit.
It's just not quite enough.
No.
Okay. All right. We try to talk about sneakers. We're after the 100th episode, so who do you even knows anymore?
Yeah. Who
is this cares? Even a sneaker podcast anymore?
This is episode 101. It's hard to know. It's a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. True.
You know. We don't want to put labels on it.
Yeah. I like that.
Anyway.
Thank you for finally calling that out, Nick. I like that.
Yeah. I just we're afraid of commitment on this podcast.
But
we don't want to label
for those committed tenors that know, the hardcore tenors know that we did talk. One of the times I talked about Alan was he used to wear his blazers with the swooshes upside down. We didn't plan this, so he didn't.
Travis Scott.
And that was pre-Travis Scott, right?
So does Travis have upside down swooshes?
They're backwards.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And is that something he did, or is that like a Virgil thing? Because I feel like Virgil was also, I don't know, cutting swooshes, putting them on differently. I don't know if they're upside down, backwards, whatever. But
no, Virgil never did a backwards. He never messed with the orientation.
Oh, did he never? Okay.
He just made them like. He just kind of made it look like it was thumbtacked on there.
Yeah, which was pretty awesome look.
It is cool.
Shout out to that.
Some of the off-whites
like just one little stitch.
Totally. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe there was I might be confusing it. I feel like there was another designer who did them upside down, which is like something I saw way after. Mine was just organic. I was just like fucking around, right?
There was an upside down
Wasn't it
one?
kind of like a political thing? You were just like, fuck Nike. I don't want to support them.
Yeah, and no. But it was like one of these, okay, I love the Blazer. The Blazer to me is the best skate shoe like of all time, in my opinion, for my foot. And I'll put that caveat on it, because I would also like love to wear Vans, because Vans is like a company that supports people in a different way than Nike does or whatever. And like, especially on the snowboard side, like I have friends that ride for Vans and like they get great support. And it's like, oh, it'd be cool to like support Vans in that way. Also, Vans would probably be like pretty easy to get a few for free, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Nike has to be not necessarily. But the Blazer fits my foot perfectly, and it skates perfectly, and it snow skates well. I have now graduated to being an adult where I actually wear winter footwear instead of fucking blazers for snow skating. But still, like as far as a regular shoe goes, it's the best snow skate shoe in my opinion.
We got to tell Nick about what we used to do.
What did you used to do?
Oh, dude, like way back. Even before I started wearing blazers, we were wearing random ass shoes. And
we would put plastic bags on our feet. So we'd go sock, plastic bag, shoe, because there weren't any waterproof skate shoes.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't
I've done
exist.
that. I forget why I did that, but I did that one time.
Because you could snow skate better in shoes than you could boots, because boots were too restrictive. And so like a high top or and he would wear blazers, and I actually had, what did I rock? I don't know. I had these weird. I guess this was later. They were Audio was the brand, and they were like this weird, this like winterized.
Sure.
And then I took that like I don't know if it's Sorel or it's like this goo that you just like spread and it just seals up your shoe.
Yeah.
You like put it on leather or whatever. Well, I would just put that on. But I would still do the bags.
Got you, for sure. And I was doing the bags like in those early days, and I was wearing random shoes too. I think that was before I found Blazers to be my thing. But yeah, I mean, I was wearing DC high tops and just like whatever.
Do you remember when I was the plug for the good bags? Because the bags mattered.
The bags did matter
because you couldn't just put any plastic bag.
Wait, who had the best bags?
So
was this like grocery?
Bjorn apparently.
Sometimes I was hierarchy of grocery stores.
Sometimes I was like double bagging too with the shitty bags, right? You get like the Safeway ones. They were trash. You like have to go double on that shit.
Yeah, you have to double up on them.
So who had the good ones?
Zoomies.
You were shit.
That was the one I would rock. And I had a plug because I knew the store manager, and he gave me a whole box of them one time.
Yeah, those were
just like
thick.
This is the weirdest because they were thick, and then they had the little like tie on the top, you know, like where
the ones you could tie were tight.
Yeah, so you could tie it, but you could undo it. Yeah, I swear I gave you a bunch.
Yeah,
of
you probably did.
Because I had a box of bags for like. I mean, it lasted me forever because you could use them for a while, but then they'd start to get nasty. Or
they would.
I mean, because you guys. I like that you were in a skate community where the Zoomies plug was the bags.
The bags.
It wasn't
totally.
It wasn't like that. You got the bones, fucking bearings or whatever.
Right? Yeah, we weren't buying like our hard goods at Zoomies. Let's be clear here. But we were getting the bags.
But that was where I got the bags
from. I remember my buddy that was into skateboarding when I was like 11 years old. He'd go and skateboard around the park like every fucking day for years. And I'd go and hang out and ride my bike.
He's from Dillon.
I'm from Dillon.
Oh, yeah. He's skated that skate park.
He's been to the Dillon skate park?
Yeah.
The loop thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With the over-under racetrack skate park.
I've been there once. I hit a fucking rock. And
because it was all fucked up. That was when we were going to Utah.
Yeah,
right?
No, totally.
That sounds like Dillon.
It was on the way down to Salt Lake area.
I've slept in that skate park twice.
Wait, did we sleep in that skate park?
No, we didn't sleep in that night. I did in the summertime. I did a contest there years ago, and like we didn't have any money for like a place to stay, and my homie A-Rob, rest in peace. He ran it. And he like had me help him, and like he didn't get any place to stay or anything, so we were just like, fuck it, let's just like sleep in our sleeping bags in the skate park, and we just did that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I remember distinctly a mom was like, weren't you guys a little nervous about rattlesnakes? I'm like, I'm glad I'm thinking about that now and not yesterday.
Yeah, right?
When I was trying to go to sleep.
Rattlesnakes aren't towels.
Dude, snakes will go in your sleeping bag.
I don't know.
Sleeping on the floor.
Yeah,
but
snakes don't drop into 12-foot bowls.
They aren't dropping.
They look over the edge and they're like,
oh, no,
that's too much.
No, that was deep.
They're
something smaller.
What's a skate word? Is rad a skate word or not?
Rad is a skate word.
Rattlesnakes?
Rattlesnakes?
No, they're not. That. Snakes aren't rad like that.
Right.
No, but my buddy, I remember he was so obsessed with bearings. He had the Bones.
ABEX hundreds or
Swiss bearings.
Oh, I
think he had
they're
those.
$100.
Yes,
the ceramic ones.
He had those, and he would not shut the fuck up about it. He was so stoked on him. He's like, "Dude, I got the Bones Swiss." I was like, "Okay," and he's like, "Fucking this wheel's gonna spin till the end of time." I was
what
like,
were they?
cool.
ABEC. What was the ABEC rating on them? I feel like because I know that
were those legit the best 10s?
Bearings?
The Bones
well, no.
Swiss?
So Bones wouldn't rate them by ABEC because they would claim we're skate rated. Like this is a whole different thing. It's better, which honestly was true. I mean, it's a more precision bearing than like your ABEC rating shit.
Yeah, he was hyped on those. That's all. That was the main thing I knew about skateboards.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Swiss.
The funny thing is
Bones Swiss. I knew
yeah,
Bones
no,
Swiss.
they literally are the best, but it's also like a purchase that like do you really care that much? I don't know.
I'll be honest, he rode around a park trying to do kickflips for about 2 or 3 years on those Bones Swiss bearings.
For sure. They do last forever too, kind of.
Sure that he ever did a real kickflip.
Okay.
He seemed to be
Did he ever land one?
It looked like he was failing over and over.
Did it
at
look like I
did.
could land a kickflip? Because we skated before the pod.
I'm still
you
only
skated
80% sure
and
what
you
a
skated
kickflip
in some
actually is.
Yeezys. I've never done that.
Yeah, that's true. You were on a board in some Yeezys.
I stood on a board
tried to
and
take a
posed
photo
in some Yeezys.
You moved around a little bit.
I did. I
didn't fall.
I went 3 or 4 feet one way and then about 5 feet the other way.
And you did.
And I almost fell, and then I didn't.
But you also did. You got on the board like properly. Like I was watching you get on. I'm just like, don't do a nose and tail. Don't do nose and tail. Okay, you did like mid board and tail, and then you're like, what should I know? I'm like, just make sure and take your back foot off, not your front foot.
Wait, do people stand on one end and it flops up, and then they stand on the other end and flop back?
Sometimes.
And then they're standing on a board like this?
If you don't know how to do it, but then
I don't know how to do it. I just did it the intuitive way.
Or the way you just looked at how we were all skating. Probably.
Yeah. There's a chance I just watched you guys and was like, oh, that must be how. I didn't consciously think that. I'm not stupid.
I'm glad.
Think that's it.
Then you didn't fall. I was impressed. I was impressed that you
almost did.
Because for some reason people always get on the board weird, and you did not.
And they just go. Phew.
But did you know if you were goofy or regular?
I think I had my left foot forward.
Yeah.
What's that mean? I'm right-handed. Is that goofy?
No, that doesn't really matter because he's regular and I'm goofy.
Right.
And you put your left foot forward, so you're regular.
Okay.
Is what that is. Of course, I'm goofy.
Wait, does that mean you ride with your right foot forward?
Mm-hmm.
But since you're left-handed, wouldn't that make you regular for left-handed people?
I don't know.
It doesn't really seem like it translates.
I don't think the left-handedness. I don't really understand where that comes from with it. It's just like you just naturally go one way or the other, and it just is. It is kind of an interesting thing.
Interesting.
The way people like.
And some people will like snowboard one way and skateboard the other way.
Me.
Which is.
I snowboard regular.
Yeah.
And I skateboard and snow skate goofy, which turned into an advantage. I want to speak on something because have you heard of this thing of skill stacking?
No.
I just thought of this as like a theory of how me and Alan like basically got into snow skating. Is skill stacking is like there's somebody that's like the best in the world at something. And then there's somebody else that's the best in the world at something else. But then you can find things that you can be the best, that you are really good, like you're good at this, but you're also good at this. So you're kind of the best at those two things, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do them both really well.
Yeah.
And those things together can make you... The person that wrote about this, he's kind of a shitty person, but it's a good concept. Politics aside, I hate that politics are even like a thing when you change your opinion on somebody. Mm-hmm. But the guy who wrote the Dilbert cartoons, he's talked about this where he's like,
is he like a big Republican?
He's like he's like he's got some weird political things. Okay. So those aside, I don't remember them specifically, but I was talking to Terry, our RIP,
Terry passed away.
No, he didn't pass away.
Damn.
He's just not our producer anymore.
Shout out to Terry.
Shout out. Oh, that's the way we say it.
Yeah, shout out to Terry. He got too busy for us.
He got too busy for our free podcast.
Yeah, he was trying to go out and get a better job and all this stuff.
He wanted to actually make money for the work he
does.
Yeah,
what a fucking loser.
Yeah, what a fucking asshole.
Yeah, and he abandoned us to go make money and be responsible with the house that he owns. What a fucking dork. Anyways,
the guy who wrote the Dilbert cartoons, he's like, yeah, I'm like decent at, I'm like okay at comedy and I'm okay at drawing, but like when you put those things together, and I had a job at an office that's relatable. And so like he's like, so I was the best at that combination of things. So it's skill stacking. Right. In the theory is just like, just work at shit, I guess. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of what we did with snow skating is like we weren't the best snowboarder. Like I was good. We were both pretty good and we were both pretty good at skateboarding. But then with those, when we identified that like when you put those two skills together, like I was incredible at snowboarding or snow skating very quickly. Like I was able to do all these flip tricks I'd never been able to do on a snowboard or a skateboard. Mm-hmm. And because of that thing that I snowboarded regular and I skateboard goofy, I could do switch. So my thing was I could do a trick and then I could do it switch. Like I was pretty ambidextrous with it.
Because you had both like the practice snowboarding one way and skateboarding the other. So like
weirdly, I could ride down the hill better switch than I could regular. And when we got into it, all you had to do is be able to ride down the hill and get on the rail and just have the balls to stay on. So I could do a trick and then I would do it switch. And so like I could always match whatever trick both ways. And that was like a huge advantage that I had.
Nice.
Early on.
Cool.
That's me. We should talk about the Blazers, and I really want
to
talk about
these
Japanese
let's
shoes as well.
Let's go back to the reverse swoosh for a second.
Yeah.
It was like, there was like a teeny tiny bit of fuck Nike for a second, right? Just because. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Just production and politics of it for sure. There's some negative things about it, but also. I mean, the swoosh is like the most iconic thing there is. Like, you want to be a part of it, I think, as someone who enjoys shoes, right?
Yeah. Right.
So it was like, if I put it backwards, there's a little bit of fuck you, but it's also like still there, and it's also sick. Right. And I think that's like what has happened in design at the same time too. There's always a little bit of like pushing this boundary, whether it's a fuck you or not. But then also like paying homage to like this iconic classic thing. And I had a friend in art school that I think like put it to me the best, because I would go to like snowskate competitions with these on and people were like, oh, you fucking hate Nike, huh? And we're like, not really, actually. These are the sickest like I'm still wearing them. I'm buying like 3 or 4 pairs a year. Like this is the best shoe I've ever had, right? I'm down. I wouldn't buy them if I hated them that much. But a homie in art school was just like, he was like, man, this is like, he's like, this is sick. Like, I get this shit. He was like, it's so iconic, but you've just like, just by twisting it, you've made it like new, and like people look at that shit and wonder about it, right? And that's the important part. But he's like, I feel like it's still paying respect to this iconic logo, and really, I mean, the swoosh itself, and I think the Blazer one, like, you know how the swoosh is different on every Nike kind of?
The Blazer
I feel like the
Blazer
is just like, it's like a beautiful design one of all the swooshes. Like, I kind of hate the Nikes that have just like the little swooshes. Like, give me a little more.
Yeah.
Like this is why I bought Nike. It's for the damn swoosh, right?
I need like 6, 8 inches.
Give me that deep 6 swoosh, y'all.
6.
No, you can't be coming here with a
3-inch.
Yeah, 3-inch swoosh.
But no, it was cool to hear that from him. And then he actually went on later to become a shoe designer himself.
No way.
And made it's like a kind of, I don't know, like a more fashion shoe, but not like streetwear fashion. I mean, like I don't know. I'm bad at explaining this, but like a higher end kind of like shit you would wear to a wedding, but like
a dress shoe
like kind of a dress shoe, but a little bit streetwear influenced.
Okay.
But very influenced by like baseball shoes from like the early 1900s.
What was it called? Do you remember?
See, this is where I knew I would blow it.
That's all right.
We could put it in. We could put it in the show notes or something.
Yeah.
Plug the homie's brand, because it's pretty sick. It's like a really little boutique brand out of New York City, and they're pretty rad.
Yeah, let's figure out what that is and put it in the.
Yeah,
absolutely. So shout out to Brock. Thanks for letting.
Awesome.
Thanks for like putting all into one succinct comment how I felt about this whole swoosh thing, and then doing your thing.
What have you seen like some like the Sakai Blazers?
Sakai.
They're the ones
maybe
where they
not.
have 2 swooshes layered on top of each other.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you bring up a picture of those?
Yeah.
We got to talk about those.
Because Nick's got a couple pair.
Okay.
I forgot that Alan was like big into Blazers. I should have worn those.
And are these SB or are these the non-SB Blazers?
They're the non-SB, and I have 2 pairs of them actually. I have the lows and then I have the high tops. Yeah, just look up Sakai Blazer high. The high top.
Oh my god, I hate this mouse so much.
Yeah, that little trackpad is a piece of trash. But what are you gonna do?
And is Sakai like a collab, or is it a designer?
Sakai is like a Japanese fashion brand.
Okay, word.
And they collab with Nike.
My god, let's go. You know what? Let's go to this one. So like Nick has these
that's
ones.
The pair I have.
Yo, those are wild.
Oh, that's
not that color.
Not that
Mine
color.
are the blue and.
Right.
Why are they being the worst? These are my favorite. I did go for the Cause Sakai.
Oh, sure.
It's like a triple.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess.
But yeah, you can see on there how they like layer.
Yeah.
What they do is they layer two different silhouettes. So these are like the dunk and the blazer. So they've got like the like lace lock or whatever it is from.
Yeah, totally, with like the
that,
wavy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's from the dunk, and then they have like the blazer swoosh and the dunk swoosh.
Yeah, the crazy is like the double or triple vulcanized too on the sole, right?
Yeah,
like
no,
the,
it
like
looks
the weird ass layer
it looks
here,
like they
and then like
duct tape the shit out of it. Really, it's
sure.
just like it's a hefty shoe.
Yeah.
Like it's a big, heavy damn shoe. But yeah,
no, that's cool. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I feel like that's a shoe that's like it's like a blazer, but it does the whole artistic thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's one I'd like your take on for sure.
Because you have these ones
I'm
too.
Digging it 'cause it's
Nick's got this pair as well.
Yeah.
Let's go full. This pair, right?
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah, I have that pair.
Yeah, it's got the like extra stuff, like, and the swoosh looks different on this one than it does on like yours, like on more of a traditional blazer.
Right.
But you can tell like that's the
you can
blazer
tell it's
swoosh.
still the same blazer swoosh though.
Yeah.
It's just I mean it's just kind of like wonky with the way it's covered up by the double vulc, and then it it goes up inside of there.
But yeah, those are more of an art project of a shoe than most.
Yeah. I mean, how many layers is this? Like,
It's
you're
like
talking like 5 layers of vulc right here.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5. Yep.
That's
yeah,
insane.
My favorite is the piece that goes over because it's like it's this thing. Like I always look at this stuff and like I'm sure that the people at the factory get it and they're just like, what?
Yeah.
You want me to ruin my like I've spent like decades perfecting this and not allowing this to ever happen, and now you want me to do it on purpose?
Yeah. Literally, I'm your best employee, and you're asking me to fuck
You're
up.
asking me to be a slob and just
This
throw
definitely
this piece of shit
pisses off
together.
some people that normally do some shit. I guarantee it.
It's definitely.
So imagine
looks,
if you worked at a place
and
then they were like, hey,
sloppy.
you know that thing that you do really well? I want you to do it so well that you slightly kind of fuck it up.
Right.
And you know that thing I told you if you did, I'd fire you?
Yeah, do it.
I need you to do
to
it
the
every
maximum.
time.
Turn that shit to 11.
11. Every single sneaker.
No, I wonder though, honestly, I wonder if they contract with like other factories when they're making these smaller runs of something crazy like this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because like, with Bearskin, there's especially a huge brand like Nike. I mean, they probably have so many factories, like some for R&D, some for full production. You know, like SB might be in an entirely different factory in a whole different country than the regular line. Who knows?
Yeah.
So maybe they contract with like some R&D factory just to like make this. I don't know.
So it's a little bit more exclusive, or like a little bit more.
Well, and also, so it's just like
specific.
a new, right? So it's like a different. It's not like we're not going to take away from like our assembly line mode in the big factory. It's just like, oh, this is this different thing that we're doing. Y'all could do this over here. Who knows?
That actually, because that also would be why, because a thing we consistently complain about here is like sizing of sneakers is always really frustrating.
It's so
it's
like, so random.
Like within a singular brand,
or line sometimes.
Oh, really?
The worst offender is Yeezy.
Yeezy's real
Yeezys
bad
are
about
the
it.
worst fucking offender.
You gotta like go on and see.
You're blowing it up.
Yeah.
No,
but it makes sense at the same time.
10.5.
Why?
I wear a 10. These are 10.5 fit perfectly.
But
Like,
then sometimes, like,
but
if
then-
you were to go to a store and want to buy some new Yeezys, sometimes you'd buy a 10. And sometimes you buy
a different color will fit maybe different.
Like literally
sure.
a different colorway of a 350.
Yeah, same
might
Yeezy
want a
350,
10.
just a different colorway. Yeah.
I have some of my other pairs are in the size 11. They fit just fine too.
Oh, no shit.
Like
Yeah.
like it's stupid,
Okay.
and the sizing is all over the map.
I got to say, I'm thankful to Nike SB Blazer for keeping the sizing on point, 9.5, since the day I started wearing that shit.
Yeah, I guess if you don't jump around too much,
Yeah, if you're sticking with one silhouette, generally it stays. Like even the 350s, I'm pretty reliably a 10.5. My 11s are a little loose.
Okay.
For the most part, I should have.
So it's
probably gone
close.
10
It's
and a half.
just.
But on most shoes, I'm a 10.
Right, so it's a full half size from other
It's
brands.
it's
Absolutely.
at least a full half size. What's the 700 V3? That one I would definitely want to size up if I bought another pair. Those ones were tight as fuck.
Oh, really?
The regular 700 though runs true to size. Like
really?
Like the Wave Runner. Like that runs true to size. Don't size up.
I have a 10, and then I have a 10.5 of the 350s.
For you, the 10 is unwearable.
The 10 is pretty much unwearable. Yeah. I can wear it. I can kind of painfully wear it if I pull the sole out of it, like the insole out.
But then we had Paul's foam runners on here
the
other day that are size 10, and we were swimming in them.
Yeah,
they're
we're kind of swimming. They're very wide. I'm gonna let you try those on later. By the way,
yeah, they're ridiculous.
Those are in. I love how you like came and stayed with me, and you like stayed, and you're like, yeah, I'm staying in Bjorn's sneaker room.
yeah, for sure. It's true.
It's true. There's like so many. Well, it's Bjorn and Paul's. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
His sneaker game is like definitely he stepped his sneaker game up.
Yeah, he has started spending some cash.
Yo, he's got some tight. He's got some tight fits.
All right. What are these?
Yeah,
let's talk about these.
What color? I gotta like try to find these. These are Blazer.
They're like SB Blazer mids.
Are they mids?
Yeah, those.
Yeah,
are the
so they're
mids.
They're basically as high as like a Dunk High or something, but Blazer is always just called a mid.
The Blazer High is like a boot. Those Sakais that I have are the Blazer High.
And there's and they only make that in the non-SB line. So the SB line, the highest one you can get is the mid, which is like perfect.
He got me a pair of the SB Blazers that are like green with a yellow swoosh that are awesome. I really like them. I've worn them a lot.
Right. So yeah, this one is I just got these at Cal Surf. Shout out to the home skate shop back in Minneapolis. So I think these ones came out just in their last 3 or 4 months.
There they
of
are.
Drop.
These. Orange, white.
Well, I don't know. Look at that tongue though. That tongue looks like it's salmon or something. That ain't it.
They're probably just on the Nike website.
They probably are because they're not quick strike. This is just like the normal drop.
Yeah, these are just these are like a shoe you can buy.
Okay.
Which is part of the cool thing about Blazers is they're a cool shoe, but you can just buy them.
Exactly.
They're not.
Yeah. And I've been really thankful that they've like been dropping a lot more colors lately because there was a moment like honestly up until about a year ago there was like a 5-year span where they kind of like it almost seemed like they were cutting Blazer. Like they would still drop these really weird crazy quick strike ones for a second, but like the normal line it'd be like you'd get one color in an order whereas back like
you know what happened that brought it back is the off-white Blazers.
Yeah,
I think those made Blazers cool again. It's because Off-White did a Blazer that went crazy, and people were like, "Oh yeah, that's a cool shoe."
Yeah.
And then they did the Sakai Blazers, and that was like another. There were a couple high fashion collabs.
Which one?
And I think it brought Blazers
this one.
back.
Right.
Because I feel like they've been dropping way more colorways.
They have been, yeah, for sure.
This one,
like that one. It was this one, and then that one, and then there was a black.
Damn, that one's cool.
With a white. I took like 10 L's on those fuckers. I was in all these raffles.
You're going in.
I like those, and they dropped the same day
it.
as the ones that were black with a white swoosh. It was the All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, totally.
Grim Reaper.
Okay, tell me about this though. What is? I've always wondered about this.
The zip tie.
Yeah, what's up with the zip tie?
It's all part of the design language of it being a prototype.
Right.
The whole point of this is it's supposed to look like a prototype, so it's got a fucking paragraph on it and everything's
right. That's like always kind of been Virgil's thing, right?
Like there's
the description
tags
paragraph thing
and really obvious stitching. It's supposed to look like they did a mock-up for a prototype.
Right, I got you.
I think the zip tie is just part of that, like it's a label.
Okay.
And the one pair that I have, I 100% just unlaced the zip tie out of it, put that in the bag, and then
for sure,
or in the box, and then just wore the shoes.
Yeah, no, I feel that. That's the one thing I was gonna say. I'm not feeling the zip tie.
You're not gonna wear the zip tie,
but the rest of it, damn, that's a good shoe.
It with the zip tie. But yeah, they are good
like
shoes.
this.
I don't have these.
I feel like wearing it with the zip tie is like the same thing as like the kids that would like wear their fucking fitted hat with like the tag still like hanging out. Not only the sticker, because the sticker's like kind of mellow. Like I feel like a lot of people were pulling that when that shit was hot. But no, like straight up like the tag with the price tag or some shit. Like kids would pull that shit. You're like, what are you doing?
It really ratty too.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't even like in good condition. It would just be like this
a
ratty
busted ass tag.
You're just like, it's been wet. You wore that in the rain. Like this looks so bad.
The price itself is like smeared or some shit. You're like, come on, dog.
Also, we don't need to know you spent $10 on it. We don't give a fuck.
What a flex, dude.
Oh, wow. You went to one of the 10 lids in any mall store? Any mall? Like, cool. Oh, man. And we've talked about the zip tie before. I feel like though I don't have any because I haven't gotten any yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I have the one.
I would probably just rock it with it because most of those shoes, those kinds of shoes that I have, I will wear for like such short, very specific reasons. Like I'm not walking my dog in them, you know. I'm like, though we did go on a Yeezy flex walk, Paul and I the other day.
Nice.
Because he really wanted to wear the foam runners, and we took our dogs for a walk.
Just out around the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was like, well, if you're going to wear those, I'm going to wear these 350s. So we wore those.
Yeah.
You know, and a couple of that Yeezys together.
I like that term,
together.
flex walk.
Flex walk.
We out here doing the flex walk.
Yeah. I have a pair of Yeezys that matches Bucket. I don't know if I showed you those. They look exactly like my dog. And you're like, yep, well, That makes sense that you own those, sir.
Yeah.
I forget where Joanna and I went, but I wore the off-whites and she wore the Wave Runners. And
he got his girl a pair of Wave Runners.
Okay.
I got them completely out of luck. Like they just happened. They like restocked.
Yeah.
For like the 4th or 5th time, and I just hit on them on the app. Like I kept going for every shoe for her, like in her size, until I hit on one, and it happened to be that I hit on the Wave Runners, which was dope because it's like the best of all the shoes that I've gone for her. So I got real lucky on that.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of fun because like if we go somewhere and she wears those and I wear some Heat, then like we're both wearing.
You're kind of hitting the flex walk with your
both,
lady. Yeah, that's what's
100%.
up.
We're both wearing shoes that are appreciating assets.
Yeah,
and that's pretty fun.
That's pretty tight. I
like
it.
Yeah, you gotta flex a little bit.
So let's talk a little bit. So I was trying to find this one, and like we were literally before we got on the pod, we were skateboarding and you were skating in them. We always like to ask. Oh, should we take a break before that?
I think we should take a break, actually.
Shall we? Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
let's take
a break. All right.
It's made here, but Ryan Reynolds owns it.
It's made so close to my bearskin.
Yeah, it's like right over in my neighborhood.
Chill so heavy.
I know. You're gonna chill so heavy. The CBD, dude, it's good. I like it. Like I straight up drank the rest of that CBD. I might do one too. Pour me up one, but just be nice.
Hit your boy.
We got some leftovers, so it's good. Oh man. Okay, we're back.
We are back. I'm gonna run waters from here on out, but you guys.
You know what? You're our ride home.
I am your ride, so I'm going to be
Or you
bored.
could just let us ride our skateboards home. But
you could skateboard 6 miles home.
6 miles.
We'll get on that train for a second, maybe.
Oh, yeah, we definitely. It's only like 2 blocks to the train from here, so it's not bad.
Oh, yeah, you'd hop on the Max with some skateboards.
Though I couldn't figure out the Max the last time I tried it because like they updated their app and it was just like different. And
for the most part, can't you just get on? I mean, I know you're technically supposed to pay, but I've literally never seen a person try to ask you for it.
Yeah,
I'm just watching. I'm watching.
Yeah, you don't have a measuring device, do you?
We do.
You know what? We're just going in.
And that looks good. That looks good.
You got rocks or anything for it? You got lime?
No.
That's fine.
We got rocks. I'll get rocks.
Nice.
All right. But let's start talking about these Japanese.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's I'm interested in those. Those look cool. And he said you got those in Japan?
Yeah, not this pair, but the same boot I've been riding now for I don't know 5 years or something. So I went to Japan in 2017 and we went to this thing called On Snow Jam, which was basically like kind of like a small trade show for thank you. Basically like kind of like small like I want to say like garage brands, but not necessarily garage brands. Like some people were definitely
really small brands.
Yeah, like some people were definitely outsourcing production, but some were like literally just building everything themselves. And
was this in like the skiing area of Japan?
It was totally
like North Island. Wait, is it Sapporo? Is that the town?
Yeah, so we did go there on that trip, but this wasn't. This was down in what they call the Japanese Alps, which is like Nagano area and Hakuba.
Okay.
So
is that still on? What's like the North Island? Is it Hokkaido? Is that the
North
exactly?
Island you know. No, it was not. It's on the main island.
Okay.
It's only like 3 hours from Tokyo.
Okay.
And so we were at this little teeny ski resort just outside of Nagano, and we're doing this On Snow Jam, and we had like Yeah, we had a snow skate demo, and they had this crazy park set up with all these like, it's basically like Holy Bowly, Bjorn, yeah, like
yeah. I'm familiar.
Which is like where they essentially build like a crazy like bowl skate park out of snow for snowboarding, and they had like a baby version for like Yuki Ida, which is essentially like it's very similar to single deck snow skating, but it's more like free ridey. It's not like as many tricks, but they're just kind of carving around. But it's like, or like you could think of it as a mini powder surf too, right? It's almost like a, I don't know. It's almost like another subset of snow skating. That's basically just popular in Japan. But yeah, similar to single decking. But anyways, the guy that owns this company, Areth or Earth, I've heard it called both ways. He was there, and he was like, hey, I have these boots that we're kind of doing for powder surfing, but they'd be good for snow skating too. We saw a couple people wearing them, and we were like, wow, we need these. These are amazing. This is like because if you look at it, I mean, it's like as soft as a shoe, right?
Right. But
and
is
we
it
just
like waterproof?
And it's waterproof.
Okay.
And we just like hadn't really found that in a boot, right? Like when you're getting in the boot scenario, you're either getting Sorels, which are like soft, but they have a crazy like, cut out here and a big ass heel, and like it's just not ideal for for board feel. Or you're getting into like a sub snowboard boot, like maybe it's a snowboard boot made for power surfing or something, but it's still like usually got a interior liner, and it's like just it's just too damn thick. You just don't have like ankle movement and board feel.
Which you need when you do those.
Exactly.
Which you don't need in a snowboard.
Yes.
It's like an interesting thing.
So we were just like, holy shit, this is like a good boot. And so the homie Bancho that runs this company was just like, yo, are you guys going to Tokyo on your way out? And we were like, yeah, we're all flying out of there in a couple of days. He's like, cool, stop by the studio, like the office. And so we rolled by there, and he had a few of these left, and he sold us some like at cost, just hooked us up basically.
Oh, wow.
What's it called again?
Areth, like A-E, or sorry.
A-R-E-T-H.
Yes, thank you.
A-R-E-T-H. No,
that's Aretha Franklin.
That's come on, Google. What are you doing?
So basically, if you search for Aretha Franklin, but just the first name and cut the A off the end, then you're gonna find them.
5 letters.
Say it again for me.
A-R-E-T-H.
A-R-E-T-H.
And then
space
boots.
or Japan
boots.
or
there we go.
Yeah.
It was like how
there
do
you
I
go. Yeah, hit that up.
It's R-T-H.
Okay.
So they do a full line of skate footwear and just like kind of hanging out footwear. And they just started distributing in the US with the skate footwear line. I think just in like San Francisco Bay Area at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
The boots still, you can't really get them in the US.
I don't even know what they retail.
But if there's any snow skaters actually watching this that want them, holler at me because we've been getting them.
Okay.
So yeah, we do like one order per year. I've been like wondering about trying to actually distribute them. Just the boot line.
Yeah.
But again,
cool.
snow skating is such a niche thing.
They have a similar profile to like those Yeezy boots.
They kind of do.
Oh, interesting.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Show me them.
What's the number on
Just
them?
type in Yeezy boot.
Yeah. Yeah, these. Oh my God, those
are pretty horrible looking. But like, there is an element. Like there is a little bit of the same shape.
I don't know if I agree.
Go back.
That looks like a damn Ugg boot combined with that thing that Paul has.
There's a different Yeezy boot that's a little more.
All right.
Yeah, like that one.
The Yeezy boot with
the one in the middle.
This one?
Doesn't that have a similar shape where it's like
kinda. I would say that's just like a hiking.
That's like a hiking boot.
like turned into a Yeezy.
Yeah, true.
But
I feel like this just has like a big, wide like.
I mean, I could see where you're going with it. I would say this is
I love how simple this is, and there's a lot of things that like I think Nick just doesn't fully understand of like what you need. It's such a specific thing.
No, I feel like I do understand. You want a skate shoe, but you want it to be waterproof and warm.
And higher top.
And
too.
higher.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you want it higher.
But you don't want
a lot of support.
You,
yeah, exactly.
No, I
it's
get
giving you like ankle support for
this
hiking.
Is cool. I like it. I like this leather. That's nice leather. That's really
what
nice
are these?
leather.
What do these set you back usually?
I mean, if like what would the retail price on these be?
If you could get them,
yeah,
I mean, because I couldn't see it on the website. It's
retail if you order from Japan is gonna be around like $250.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not crazy, right? Especially like in the sneaker world that we're kind of talking about.
Yeah, but for boots, that's fairly premium.
Right, and they've been hooking me up. They've been doing real nice. For me, but
I like this rubber around here. These things look like you could kind of beat the hell out of them.
Yeah, and actually, to be honest, like if we were to distribute in the U.S., they might end up being a little lower. I think they'd still be. We're looking at probably 200 or more, but it might be a little less. It's just like things aren't 1-to-1, right? With the exchange rate, like it just doesn't. Even if you do the exchange rate from what it might be listed at, it's like that's maybe not where it's going to end up with distribution and shipping.
Like if you order them in bulk to get them here, then
right?
Like you may get a deal, and then like you're
totally and like depending on the U.S. market versus the Japan market, where in the U.S. market we'd be more selling it as like this is a functional thing specifically for snow skating, whereas I think in the Japan market it's kind of like. This is like we kind of created this as a powder surf boot, but it's also kind of just like hanging around in the winter, like fashion boot a little bit. So I think they can come.
Might wear this as a fashion boot.
I think they could too.
I would potentially wear this as a fashion boot.
I like
think
these.
This is a really good looking shoe.
I think it is too, for sure. And
it's very cool, and it's also unique and like in its own way. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Scroll down too. Let's see if they still have. Yeah. All the archive colorways too, right? Like some of these, like look at the khaki. Like, that shit is nice,
fine.
right?
This one, I know this green and it's
those
that one's sick.
Cool.
Yeah, those went quick. I never had a chance to get a pair of those.
Yeah, no, those are cool.
And then the original
kind of
ones,
beef and broccoli. If you're familiar with that.
Nah, I don't know that one. What is that?
Oh,
one?
it's a Timberland, like
it's a
New
Timberland
York.
that's basically in that color.
Sure,
it's like brown and green.
We've talked about the
beef
and broccolis. It was like a thing in like the late 2000s.
Okay. I mean, I totally like
broccoli
maybe
boots,
a little bit of like Timbo influence too, right?
But so this is sort of the beef and broccoli.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus. So it's sort of this. This is it right here. This is the
broccoli.
This right here. This boot.
Yeah, it's honestly just like all the classic hiking boot colorways too, pretty much. Like let's take colors from nature. And do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that one's sick. I like the navy.
That was the first. The navy was the first colorway I had. That was the ones I got when I actually went to the studio in 2017.
Is this like from the current run?
This is a 2022 line.
Okay.
Yeah, that was up here.
This one, black and brown.
Yeah,
this
but
one here.
It looks like you've ridden on those. Now.
Oh yeah, I've beat these up a little bit.
Still like those are sick. I'm stoked on them.
They're actually still a little bit damp from snow skating 2 days ago.
We talked about my boot dryer that I love. I still have.
I go through one of those a year. And check this out. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods this year to go grab one, and I had to ask the guy because they always put them in the weirdest spots, right?
Right.
And I'm like, hey, where's like just the normal basic boot dryer, the one without the fan in it?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I think I got a few left. And he takes me over.
Like the Pete dryer.
And exactly.
I got one. You got it. Yeah.
It's Pete, or there's like it's kind of like the many brand dryer though, right? Like if there's the Pete one, or there's like 3 other off-brand ones of the same shit. And so I'm just like, this guy's taking me all the way across the store, and so I'm just kind of trying to shoot the shit with him for a second, make him feel good about showing me the shit, and I'm just like, man, yeah, like thank you so much. Like I go through like one of these a year, and he's like, what the hell? Like how do you break these once a year? I'm like, yo, chill. Like I have my boots on these like 150 days a year, and I've traveled with this shit in my car. Like,
yeah, that's how it happens.
Like I'm like, it's still a good product. I'm not hating on your product. Like,
yeah. You're just an enthusiast.
It's just nobody is like using them as much as I do. That was the one luxury that I did not compromise on when we went on snow skate trips.
You gotta have that shit for sure.
I was the one that like, because the other thing you could do is you could put newspapers in there and you put them by like a fire or like a heater. But
it's not gonna do as much as
the boot dryer. That was the one. I was like, I'm asleep on the floor with no pad, just in a sleeping bag for a month. But my boots are gonna, my shoes are gonna be dry when I skate in the morning because I'm weird about that.
Yep. Yo, the newspaper is crazy though. If you have like 2 hours to spare and you switch the newspaper every like 15 minutes, you can dry your stuff from like fully soaked to pretty much dry in like a couple hours. I had like an emergency newspaper scenario at work this year because I was working at that ice castle for a few months in Minneapolis, and we had these mountaineering boots, and I had actually kind of like just washed them out a little bit on the inside because they were hand-me-downs. They were like kind of grimy when I got them right, and I put them on the boot dryer overnight, and it wasn't enough. It's like an hour before work, and I'm like, oh shit, like these are not. I'm gonna freeze. Like I'm gonna get frostbite. But no, there's like 4 cycles in newspaper, and they were acceptable.
And they were, that's sick.
Yeah, it's a good last minute move, but you gotta have like an hour or two to spare where you're like concentrating on your boots.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we always ask a thing. We talk about trucks a lot on this show, and we talk about we usually talk about rap music. We haven't talked about rap music, which Alan's into a lot of the same rap that you are. So
that I am?
Yeah, 100%.
Also, we connected on that a lot on those Snowskate
that's
trips.
right. Well, no, we were into
let's talk about rap
we
music
were into
then.
like Young Jeezy was like, and well, now he's just Jeezy.
But no, Young Jeezy for sure, and like that era of like Kanye, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, like
early Kanye, like just all those like
like 2005
Black Star.
to 2015.
Totally.
Like
Talib Kweli, the Quality album, still one of the best of all time. But like me staying on your and Logan's couch in whatever, I think that was 2009.
Yeah.
And you would be at school, or no, you would be at work. Logan would be at school, and I would be waiting for you guys to come home so we could like get ours together and go film. And I would just be watching MTV Jams for like 3 hours straight on the couch.
Dude, I'm gonna tell a story for Logan.
Yeah,
Logan texted me a few years ago. Our filmer from back in the day. He was on set filming because he filmed 2 or 3 of Big Sean's videos.
Oh yeah,
and he said he was like, Bjorn, thank you, because I was the dumbass roommate that would play MTV Jams, which was rap videos 24/7. That's all it was. And so like I would just leave that shit on like in our house. Like I would constantly be playing it. And it was kind of like trolling our roommate because he was pissed off. He hated that I would do that. And so it was like, dude, stop saying how much you hate it because I'm going to fucking do it more.
Yeah.
Logan or Alex?
Alex hated it.
Well, and Logan would like, he would hit this threshold, right? He'd be like so down for a moment. And he'd be like, like I'm not down. Like, I'm trying to listen to Radiohead.
Like 4 things. This is stupid because he's like from a cinematography standpoint.
Yeah, he's like, I'm trying to listen to Tom York sing.
yeah, exactly. And so, dude, he texted me. He's like, Bjorn, thank you so much for making me watch all those. I just nailed, like he was like in an interview or some shit to like get a job.
Yeah.
And he was so familiar with so many different rap videos and knew what they were talking about because my dumbass would just play that 24/7 at
like
our
he'd
house.
seen MTV Jams for like a decade. And so he knew like all the shit.
Yeah.
From you and from my ass living on the couch for like 2 months too. Like where it was literally on for like 8 hours a day.
We were just like, instead of music, we would just have MTV Jams playing in the apartment.
Yeah, because I guess that was probably like pre-Spotify, right?
Yeah, no, you didn't have that.
Right.
I mean, we might have just come
we
out.
we were still pirating music. Like,
yeah, we were still pirating.
Pirates Bay.
Pirates Bay. Like, dude, I stuck with Pirates Bay a few years after that. Oh, what else? There was like BitTorrent.
Yeah, it's all the torrent situation.
Like, so like LimeWire.
Right. So you're like easy playing in the house scenario was just turn the TV on if you had MTV Jams.
And MTV Jams didn't have any ads. They would just play nonstop music videos. So it was basically just like having music on. You know?
And granted, it was like the same 40 videos.
Yeah.
But also like,
they'd switch it up.
15 of those we were so hyped on, and we were down to see them 5 times a day.
I know. We're like, oh, cool. They're playing We Da Best music.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, DJ Khaled's first album.
The what's that? Started in Atlanta, then I spread out with it. What's that song? We Taking Over.
We Taking Over. Oh, shit. Yeah, with Wayne on it, too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that was good.
I got 10 bathrooms. I can shit all day.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's
a different song, but
Lil Wayne say that was a
that's
Lil Wayne
Young,
lyric, right?
It is. It's from a Young Money album.
Yep.
I don't know what song.
10 bathrooms, I could shit all day.
Yeah. He's like
big house, long hallways.
long
I got
hallways.
10 bathrooms. I could shit all day.
That is my
Lil Wayne
favorite.
has some of the best, but also some of the goofiest lyrics.
I really feel like Lil Wayne could just like start hitting open mics and just be a fucking phenomenal stand-up comedian.
Right. Definitely. Who else?
No time. Not just because of the name, like legit. His like play on words and like that like he
2
could.
Chainz, I think, would
2
murder
Chainz.
harder than any other.
Yeah,
comedian.
2 Chainz
As like
would be
a
good.
one-liner
Apparently,
comedian.
T.I. does comedy.
Oh, really?
Like he's
my
literally at a
God.
club in Tacoma. Like
I want to
next
see
week.
that so bad.
We should maybe go see T.I. in Tacoma.
I would almost, dude.
T.I. in
I
Tacoma?
fucking love T.I. I still listen to T.I.
Yo, when you were making die-cut stickers in your mom's garage, we were going hard on T.I.
Dude,
that's
T.I.
for sure. Yeah.
Listening
My
to
shit.
Front Back or whatever.
Yeah.
What's another T.I. song? Bring 'Em Out. That's a good song.
Yep. Oh man, I was into T.I. and Fat Joe was my shit. I was super bummed, dude, in Bozeman when I was in college.
Who came to town? Which random rappers came to town when you lived in Bozeman?
No, Fat Joe came to town.
Okay.
And I bought tickets because I wanted to see Fat Joe. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Where did Fat Joe play?
I do not remember because it got canceled because there wasn't enough ticket sales.
No, that's so whack.
Me and like a few other people. I was the main one that was like, yo, I want to see it. Like, lean back. Like, let's fucking do this.
Like everyone buy tickets.
Like, let's do this.
No, my buddies and I saw Mobb Deep at the Molly Brown.
Isn't that crazy?
No, what? At the Molly Brown?
At the fucking Molly Brown,
so
dude.
Yo, I know the Molly Brown.
Yes. You've been to the Molly Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they moved all the pool tables and up on
and
that little
Mobb
thing.
Deep was in that shit. That's like mind blowing. That's
Mobb Deep.
Dude,
that's so
like
tight.
R.I.P. Prodigy.
Yeah.
Like before that, like both of them were there, and it was like a sea of 40 to 50 white people just singing Shook Ones, and it was a fun time.
God.
It was a fun fucking time.
All right, so I have to, Alan. I really want you to help me with this story. I hope you can remember it.
I hope so too. My memory's been getting worse lately.
It was a pro snowboarder.
Okay.
We went out on, I want to say it was St. Patty's Day. It might have been
a Bozeman Pro.
I
know exactly what you're talking about.
Do you know who I'm talking about? I'm not going to
name
we're
the
not
going to say it
because I want to talk about this story.
Okay.
This person got turned down by a lady. And
okay.
Well,
wait, this lady was okay. So this lady that he was interested in was actually like maybe kind of into him, but she was like pretty hammered, and her friend was clearly like, I'm going to make sure this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember what happened. I remember one detail, but do you remember what happened next? Because I feel like you already have more details on this.
Okay, so I don't know exactly where it came to the climactic moment.
Yeah.
But basically he was like, yo, like, I'm about to leave, and like, you should come with me or whatever, sloppy shit. And her friend was like, nah, like, she ain't coming and I ain't coming. Like, we ain't coming, right?
And we saw the most gangster shit happen I've never seen since ever. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so funny too because we're drinking gin and tonics, and that's what she was drinking in the scenario.
Yeah.
And like, we could demonstrate this on each other right now, but then we would be wet. So
maybe not.
Happened?
But then what happened? Alan, tell him what happened.
Yeah, sure. So basically, she's like drinking this gin and tonic, and our snowboard guy, I keep almost saying his name, but I'm not gonna. We're not gonna give that up. Pulls her shirt out. She's wearing like kind of like a halter top, like like deep V, whatever, deep low shirt, whatever. Pulls that thing out, grabs her hand with her drink in it, pours her own drink, which is still full, down her shirt.
After
fully.
she denied him.
After she denied him and her friend denied him. Just like the most disrespectful shit. She's totally wet, and then just like, like trampolines her shirt back, just, like Like, what the fuck?
And then I think we got kicked out of the bar at that point.
We didn't, but we may have watched him get kicked out, and then we were like, "Yo, we're over this."
Yeah,
We were like not even that drunk either. We were just like, "This is wild." Dog.
All right, better go to another bar.
Yeah. You better keep drinking.
Yeah, better keep this. Thing going.
That behavior is not an indication that you've had enough. Not in Bozeman.
Oh my God.
I'm sure he went to another bar.
That's a wilder thing than I've seen. I haven't seen anybody.
I have not seen that again. There was also
like
a good amount of ice in that drink, and all ice was also deposited.
Alan, I want you to tell another story about you know what? We're just gonna go super fucking long on this episode.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
dude. What was the thing?
We're past 100
where
episodes. We don't have to stick to a cutoff.
You were at some bar, and someone was like trying to crush it at dancing, and they were putting like oil on the dance floor.
Yo, this is ringing a bell, but I barely
You don't remember that? Like you told me this story like a few years ago, where you were like at a bar and someone was just like
they literally brought a bottle of olive oil with them. So I'm not going to be able to give you like more details, really.
These people,
but this is the important
to
detail.
The dance floor.
To the dance floor.
So they could like be like really smooth
while staying heart healthy.
And like
they didn't just bring the cheapest oil they could get. They brought olive oil.
They brought olive oil. It might have been the cheapest olive oil, but it was olive oil.
The cheapest olive oil is more than canola oil.
Yes, you're correct. It's more than like the Crisco brand cooking oil. You are correct.
This ain't canola.
Vegetable oil.
Yeah, as far as I remember, it was a glass bottle even. So and it was olive oil.
Like premium shit from California.
Yeah, I mean, homie might have gone to Trader Joe's, right? But it was still olive oil from a glass bottle.
Yeah, no, this sounds like some nice stuff. This guy was
just like, right. But why did
it's like a wood dance floor, right? Like it's
right.
He's treating the wood.
He's oiling it up. He's treating the wood.
Stays nice.
I feel like
anybody with leather shoes.
Oh, Bjorn, I wish I could remember more details. I wish you knew like just one more thing, like where it was or something, because I'm sure it might bring it back. But
I feel like it was in like Utah or some shit. Like, it was.
I don't know. Anyways, the important detail is that it was one of those nights where it's like not that lit. Like a few people are trying to dance, but it's like not really that popping. But it's like, there's like enough people trying to dance that you're like, oh, this is cool. Like I was dancing a little bit too or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then this guy just pulls up, right? And he's just kind of like spread the zone, right? I'm going to pour up.
I love the idea of this breakdance dude just being like, all right.
Well, and the funny thing is he wasn't like a full breakdance dude. It's not like he was like some Red Bull breakdance athlete or some shit. He was just like a guy that could maybe do like a couple shitty breakdance moves and just was trying to get the shit lit.
With olive oil.
Olive oil
people
to
just
the
start
bar.
to slip and fall.
I mean, I think. I don't know.
I can't remember.
This is where.
Sorry to put you on
No,
blast
you're good.
that way.
It's. I'm glad that my memory still contains the piece of like remembering this dude like
pouring olive oil
and also kind
on
of
the
like
dance floor.
Also being like, I feel like me and whoever I was with at this bar was like we were dancing a little bit, so he was kind of like hey. Like almost confirming, like, "Yo, is this chill?" And we were just like, "Yo, do your thing," you know, like.
You're like, we're not gonna stop you from doing that.
Right.
Anybody who does that's out of their fucking mind.
So no, that little piece is like that's seared in there, right? Like almost photographic memory of this glass bottle and like this little piece. But then no, the rest is gone. I
love that it's a glass bottle, like so much.
That's such a beautiful detail.
I'm like 99% sure. I mean, that's in there. That's in the head.
Because I just remember you called me like afterwards and you were like, I was at this bar last night and this dude showed up and was just like pouring olive oil all over the dance floor so he could dance better. like it's such a premeditated fucking creepy weird detail. In some I want to say it was either like Breck or like it was a ski town. I know
it was probably Colorado. Let's be real, it's probably Colorado.
Like that sounds like a Colorado thing. God.
Absolutely.
Oh, that shit is just crazy.
It was probably more years ago than I think too, for the fact that I've almost forgot it and all that. But
we went so far away. So we talk about rap. We talk about like in rap music, they talk about blowing bitches' backs out a lot. Like
unfortunate, because I mean, my back hurts a lot from snow skating.
Right,
I feel bad for this situation.
Like, the reason this came up is we were like, that's such an over-the-top way to brag about sex.
It really is,
Talk
isn't
about,
it?
Like, causing physical damage.
Like, man,
yeah,
this
like,
bitch had to go to the doctor after
yo,
me.
she went to physical therapy, or like she was,
yeah.
In any other scenario, that is not okay.
It's very aggressive. It's
right.
Over the top and aggressive, and we found it pretty funny.
So the question is,
we didn't explain the trucks.
Oh yeah, the trucks. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
so there's a term in the truck community. It's pavement princess.
Are you familiar with that?
No, I don't know this one.
It's when a guy has a truck and he puts a big dumb lift and big silly tires.
And he's not an off-roading guy. His
and
shit is
never
dirty. No, I get the concept 100%. I've never heard the term, but yeah, no, I know
pavement princess.
You've been to ski towns, you know.
Yeah, you know.
I've been to
some pavement princesses.
I've been to ski towns, and I've been in the Midwest.
They're around.
I live there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some like legit off-road dudes in the Midwest too, but like there's some
like,
pavement
what road are you going
Midwest? Yeah, for sure.
In Minneapolis. Like,
yeah, for sure.
So, are these blazers a pavement princess, or are you blowing the back out on them?
Whoa. Damn, that's a crazy question.
It is. It's fun. And I don't remember which button is which, so I'm
kind of right now, right? Like they're not that well skated, but
yeah, they look good. They look fresh as hell, and we skated them literally today. You skated them today. What you got? Are you gonna blow the back out on these?
Yeah, I'm gonna blow this shit out.
There it is. I nailed it. Oh. That's our blow the back out music.
Hey.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna blow this shit all the way out. But check this out. You know me, and you know that I don't really rock with a ton of flip tricks, especially not on a skateboard.
Right.
Right? Like
a
few more on a snow skate, not on a skateboard. So I never blow my shoes out in the normal zone. I blow mine out in a weird place. I blow mine out like more over here.
Me too.
Like
Same.
just in the ollie pad, like the straight up ollie pad.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I am
you're
not
breaking the second lace, not the first lace.
Yeah, or like the third or fourth.
Yeah, or third
I am
or
not
fourth.
flicking. I am hitting this zone of the ollie pad, or I'm blowing my sole out.
So Nick, just to explain.
Yeah. I'm starting to get lost.
Like if you're gonna do, I'm glad I have a skateboard. If you're doing kick flips, your heel, you're coming in and you're like scraping that to do a kick flip.
Okay.
So your toe starts
like kind of like
wear
like
out.
this on the
like
grip
you're
tape,
just,
right?
okay.
Like
you're like
all the way
boom.
on the side, like.
And so like like when I was doing those kick flips, I was just like you're flicking that, and then so that's gonna wear. So if you're doing any flip tricks in any capacity, it's gonna wear a very specific way, and that's like more on your toe.
Mm-hmm.
But if you skate like Alan and I do, you saw us skating, and we're just kind of like skating around the bowl, and we're like ollieing a little bit. That's gonna get you like more general. That's gonna kind of hit like more the middle of your foot.
Right. So you see like a lot of like I don't know, a lot of skaters in general, but especially like a lot of younger skaters who are like mostly doing flip tricks and stuff, and like their whole shoe is like blown open from like right in here, and that's like the first part to go. But yeah, for me and Bjorn, that's not really the case, unfortunately, or fortunately, right? Shoes last a little longer, so maybe it's fortunate.
I know.
So no, I'll sometimes blow them out like on this stitching right here, like the outside of this piece. Or like the sole will just be like a little too worn eventually.
That's what
like
mostly happens.
But that's
for
like
me.
I mean the sole is like 1.5 years, 2 years. So that's a long time on a shoe. But or if they transfer to being a snow skate shoe, which because I've now found these boots and I love them and I wear the boots like 99% of the time now, I'm not really rocking the blazer snow skating anymore.
Oh, okay.
When I was, it was funny. It would be like the cycle. Like I'd run the blazers for like, I don't know, half a summer or something, skateboarding, and I'd be like, okay, I'm putting these aside. These are gonna be the snow skate shoes. Waterproof them. Put in like rub the it's like a waterproofing cream that I would use on them in the more recent years. But still, like you get one season out of them, and they're just beat. Like it doesn't matter how much you waterproof them. Like you're still like you're in the snow, and
you
also
still
like
just wore
not
snowshoes like.
Exactly.
in snow, which is super abrasive.
And then
they're getting soaked and then getting beat.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
And then a leather shoe that's gonna.
Yes. And then you go to the ski area and they're using salt in the snow too. So you're getting it's not even like you're not just getting like the road like the Minnesota road salt, right? Like that's rusting your car and fucking your shoes up. Yeah. No, you're getting like literally like 50-pound bags of salt. Dump like 25 of those pounds on like one lip and one landing of like a jump or a rail, and then the other 25 pounds on like another one. I mean, shit, man. When I was doing Dig to Ride at High Cascade, it was like, fuck, I don't even know, like thousands and thousands of pounds of salt used every day. It was psycho.
It was crazy.
And like every ski area does that in their park.
Yeah.
And sometimes not in their park, like on like chairlift, like get on and get off zones too. Like, so yeah, that's going in your shoes too.
And just destroying them. They're not made for salt, like to hit. Like it's crazy.
No.
Oh man, this was such a fun episode, Alan. Thank you so much for being on.
Yeah,
here.
Thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Yeah, this is awesome. Where can people find you?
Plug all
plug your
video
socials.
Coming up, your socials.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So basically, the main thing right now is Instagram.
Yeah.
At Alan Gerlach, AlanGerlach. I don't really rock with a bunch of other social media at the moment. Might have like an art website again too. I do make some art here and there too.
Dude, I have it on my walls. Like I have a whole,
Bjorn's got some of my stuff. I appreciate
it's
it.
It's not a shrine. What's the word? it's like a bunch of cool ass like artwork. I have one painting that woodblock painting you did. That is
woodblock print. Yeah,
or
for
print.
sure.
That's I still got to get a frame for it, but like
cool. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, my website was alangerlach.com, but I lost the hosting a little bit ago. I probably trying to make that happen again pretty soon. Right. No worries if not.
Hell yeah.
As far as snow skate stuff goes, I'm currently riding for Draw Snow Skates for the Bidex. Which is a buddy out of Crested Butte. They're really awesome. They're a little harder to get at the moment because it's kind of like a soft launch, just like a few boards here and there, but we should have more in the fall. I'm working on my own thing for single decking, so keep your eyes out for that. I'm not riding for anybody at the moment on that. Rocker Trucks for the snow skate trucks. Shout out to the Cal Surf, the shop back in Minneapolis. That's where I got these blazers. And to Areth, the boots. They've been hooking me up. Love them. Dang shades too.
And dang shades.
You got to plug the sunglasses. I love it. Hope I'm not forgetting anyone. I probably am, to be honest. But if I am, you could just go to my Instagram and all the sponsors are right there. So holla at your boy.
I love it. Nick, you want to take us out?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Do it.
All right. If you guys like this video, hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe, whatever you do. We're on YouTube. We're on Amazon. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. We got video on most of them. Follow us on social media, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Size10 Podcast. Bjorn, what do you got some shows? Tell them where your shows are.
I got Vibe Comedy. If you're in Portland, every third Saturday at Curious Comedy. 9:30 is our start time, and then I also have my Bangers Comedy at Neighbors Tap Room, 8 o'clock every Thursday. Come out. I got some awesome comedians every week. We had some good comedians. I got a little too drunk and bought a car, and so that's fine.
That's a story for another episode. And if you want to hear that episode, listen to us every single Wednesday. We have brand new episodes. Thank you guys.
Damn right. No test drives.
No test drives, dude. Don't even test drive.